Welcome again to Milan. This is dream number 6, right? So on the day that I had this dream, actually I had two dreams. So I'm gonna tell you both of the dreams. There was the first dream. I then woke up, and immediately when I fell back to sleep, I had the second dream, right? Sharp. So the first dream came on. I'm on a train, right? I'm on a train. So on the train there's like a kitchen inside the train. Kitchen. The dominating color there is white in the kitchen, and there are other people there, ne, in the kitchen, and it appears as if I am the newbie there, like it's my first time there or something. And when they've been there for quite some time, the people that I'm talking about, they're busy there. So they are doing something. Okay, well, almost this thing people usually do when they are on trains, when they are riding on trains. Maybe the train is moving, and then they get out, and then they run yana so while the train is moving, and then they get back inside the train while holding on to something, right? So they were doing something like that, busy hopping out the train, hopping in again. Now I was just looking at them, and I wanted to join them. So when I approached them, hi man, let me join. But whoa, chief, when you are new here, you can't do this thing yet. You are still new, you are still young. I was like, okay, step back. While they were doing that, there was someone who was coming, like they heard footsteps, someone coming inside. Okay. So they heard the footsteps, and I think it was a female. So when they heard those footsteps, they immediately got back inside and pretended as if they were not doing anything, right? I think it was some sort of like a teacher or something, or their master or something like that. Someone who's higher than them, not like parents or something. That person came in, I didn't see them, but they came in, and then sharp, actually, and then I left the kitchen, but I was still on the train, right? So while the train is moving that direction, I am moving that direction inside the train. I meet a lot of people. I don't know if I should say people or what, but okay, let me just put it the way it is. Egyptian deities, right? I met a lot of Egyptian deities, and I knew that these are Egyptian deities because of the things that they wore, the way they were thing, the things that they were wearing, more sort of like and you know that's how you identify the Egyptian deities, right? I think it's a female, and I'm in that dream. So yeah, that's how I could identify them. So there were many of them, not like many, maybe around 5, 6 of them. By Amy Hali. So kya feta nna ke ba feta na ke na sepele bone wa bona kya feta. So ha ke feta, one of the Egyptian deities o tla mo gonna wa bona ha tla mo gonna one twara, and then she tells me something. It's that one wa manaka, the one who wears, I think it's a disc nyana so, and then there are horns so that crown. I forgot her name. And I knew the name. I forgot the name. The thing is, I don't prepare for these videos. I don't write script down. Okay. Today, so I just get here and do a video, and I remember my dreams off the top. So I forgot her. I should have searched her name, but I'm sure you get her. I don't even remember. Does it start with an H? I'm not sure. Or an M. That's weird. So yeah. One chwara untaya something, and untaya this thing in English. So line 9 time quote unquote, tell them that you are a reincarnation of Amun-Ra, right? So Amun-Ra is the ancient Egyptian sun god. Okay, Amun-Ra kiolo parang crown. I don't know if those are 2 feathers. I think those are 2 feathers. So yeah. So he's the Egyptian sun god. Actually, he is a mixture of Amun and Ra. Ra is the actual sun god, and Amun was an Egyptian deity. So Amun-Ra is like the combination of those two. So she is telling me that tell them, I don't know who's them, first of all, that you are a reincarnation of Amun-Ra. Reincarnation. I don't know what that meant, reincarnation, because that's a topic for another day. We will talk about reincarnation on another video, because I don't think there's such thing as reincarnation, but there is a thing as incarnation, right? Not reincarnation, because reincarnation is like the very same person coming back. But incarnation is the same spirit that was in that person coming back in another body. That is an incarnation. It's not a reincarnation. Reincarnation would have to be the person like in their original body, in that body that they had back then, and then in that same body. That's what I understand as the concept of reincarnation. But then incarnation is like, incarnation is that thing that made that person coming back again. It's like the spirit or their soul coming back again in a new body. That's an incarnation, not a reincarnation. So they're like, Sheila's tell them that you're a reincarnation of Amun-Ra. And then I didn't even ask anything. After that, Atamaya. And then I continued down my path. Okay, Atamaya down the train. I don't even know where I'm going. Akitama, so on my right, there's a person. I don't know if I should say this is a person or what, because it's a very tall person. It's a giant, basically. A giant seated there. I didn't see their face. I only saw their their middle half, like a giant, like an actual giant. Jiggy, while I'm still walking, I find myself on the giant's lap, right? On the giant's feet, on the lap, and I'm on my back, on my stomach actually, and I'm trying to wrestle my way out of that. The giant has a huge hand on my back. And then he tells me something. He's like, make a decision to expose them or literally obliterate them. Make a decision to expose them or literally obliterate them. In English again. Once I can feel his finger down my spine, right? And then I feel an electrical, like current or what, but I feel something, it has to do with electricity or one of those vibes down my spine, like my entire spine. You got those vibes. And then immediately after he said what he said, I saw the number 2024, and then 2024, and then it's like I was told telepathically, 2024, like how Boka his voice, and his voice was deep. His voice was deep, and he was scary. Now I was scared in that thing. So his voice was deep and scary, and then on so come on, 2024 telepathic 2024, there are certain things that will happen in the world. And I had this dream 2021, and I've been trying to figure it out ever since. And I can't wait for 2024 because I want to see what's going to happen in 2024. And I've told a lot of people for 2024, apparently there are certain things right. I woke up instantly there. I could still feel the electrical charge down my spine when I was waking up, and I was shivering and I was scared. And I couldn't sleep for the next few hours or so. Told someone, some few people, I dreamt of this. I think it was 3 people. Yes, my mother, my partner, and someone else. And then I dreamt of this and this and this and this and that. They didn't know what to make of it. Only one of them responded on time. I didn't know. I was scared. I couldn't sleep. Eventually, I fell asleep, and that's when I dreamt of the second dream, right? So I can see we don't have time now, Yana. So I'll make a part 2 for dream number 6, right? Part 2, dream number 6, so that I can tell you what went down on the second dream immediately when I woke up. Danko. Right, let's get it, right? This is part 2 of dream number 6. If you are here and you haven't seen part 1, you'll only understand this dream if you go see part 1 first. So go see part 1, then after that you come back and see part 2 of dream number 6. Again, sharp. So again, I woke up and I was telling people from that previous dream, hey, this is what I dreamed, and I was scared as shit. I could still feel the electrical charges, that electrical feeling down my spine, and that thing actually lasted for quite a few days. It didn't go away instantly, because even when I woke up in the morning, and even the following day, and 2 days after that, 3 days after that, I could still feel it. right? And I was wondering what was happening. So I could still it. I could still feel it. So yeah, right? I eventually, after many hours, I eventually fall asleep again. Still trying not to sleep. Whenever I get a I wake up. I wake up again because of I don't want to dream of what I dreamed there because it was too much. And then I eventually fall asleep. I fall asleep. It's another dream, right? So this dream, I'm in my bed, in my room, right? And then I find myself in the dream. I'm in the very same bed, in the very same room, and everything is exactly as it is. Kind of what I said on dream number, was it 2 or 3? Between the two, I think. So I was on my bed, so the dream occurred in my room. So I'm seated on the bed. And then 2 people come inside my room. It's a black man and a white man, right? Don't know who the black man is, don't know who the white man is. But and then they come to me, but I'm to hug, so and then the white person, I don't think the black person didn't say anything, but he was accompanying the white man. Now, here's the thing. The white man introduced himself to me as Yahweh. Yahweh is, as many people know, the God of the Bible. And as I have came to understand, Yahweh is the God of what? How should I put this? Yahweh is the guy who created the light-skinned races, right? Abantu ba ileng but they are non-blacks. He created the non-blacks, basically. There's a story about it on Black Root Science. It makes sense to me. So I think you should go check it out. So Yahweh is the guy who basically created white people. Just to summarize, he's just a guy just like us. It's not like he was a deity or anything. He was just a person, normal person just like us. Just that he was over-obsessed with the idea of there being something that can overpower God. Because of back in the days of Yahweh, everything was perfect. Everything is sharp. There was no war. There was no war. There was nothing evil. There was nobody cheating. Like everything, it was a perfect world, basically. But then the guy was so over-obsessed with the idea of there existing something that can overpower God. Because of while he was learning at school, I used to talk about biology and stuff like that. He noticed black people in their genes, they have a certain gene it is suppressed. It is dominated by this black gene, which is the white recessive gene. And if you go and study biology, they will tell you the white gene that gives birth to blue eyes and pale skin and stuff like that, it is recessive compared to the black gene, which is dominant. So this guy discovered this gene is dominant over the white gene, and everything about us black people dominates this white gene. So what will happen if this white gene emerges? And then he was obsessed, and he thought when the white gene emerges, it's going to overpower God. And God in that instance, was like encapsulated or enveloped as a black person. So he said that this white gene is going to overpower God. So he was so obsessed with the idea that he actually made it come true. He actually took some volunteers, around 60,000 of them. These are the volunteers called the Elohim, right? And then he went to the island of Pilen. That's where he started making babies, and then he started experimenting with these people, about 60,000. Whenever they had babies, they would take the light babies, their skin is just lighter, not like dark, like just a bit lighter. And then they'll make those ones, and then eventually their skin became diluted, they are now white. And then after some 666 years, 666, that's where the number 666 comes from, basically. White people were born, right? The first white person came to Earth. So, but before that, initially black, and then came brown people, and then came yellow. Then ultimately, then there was like white, pure white. Now the people but that have no black gene in them, like they are pure white, like Caucasians. So that's how basically white people came about, and then it was his destiny basically to create white people and to create whatever is happening all over the world. But that's over right now. So that was just a summary of what happened. So why this guy is introducing himself as a Yahweh to me, right? And I understand that Yahweh is the God of white people, but at the same time, I'm like, why Atla Ali white? He's not white. Why is he coming to me as a white person? But then I was like, okay, but then because of his coming with a black person, maybe that's a way of saying, no, this guy is indeed what he says he is because of he's approved by a black person. Not black and no sharp. Sharp. He's telling me, hey, you've been doing a great job in continue doing that. I don't know if I was talking about, maybe I was talking about the things that I was doing spiritually and stuff like that. You've been doing a great job, continue doing like that in one. And then he gave me a hug, first of all. The minute he let go of me, I grew tall. I grew so tall that I was taller than him. That when I looked at him, I looked at him like this. But before that, I was looking at him like eye to eye, or maybe he was a bit taller than me. But after that, I grew tall for some reason. Then after that, he telling me, no, he needs to come and visit my yard, or he visit me. He's gonna visit me more often. And he's gonna come and work my yard. I kitsa na go dira eng mo jareteng ya ka. Go bona like go berekiwa jarete. Dingaka di dira go bereka jarete. You are saying something like that. Something more something like that. He just said he's gonna work my yard in the 4 corners of the yard. What? Which is something similar to what Sango must do when they go bereka. So he was saying something like that. Hey, I'm happy. At that time I can get lots of coffee. You know, and I don't drink coffee. And I no good job on that one. Coffee is not good for you. Or there isn't coffee. Yeah, so that just confirmed what I know. If I like coffee, I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna drink it. So I think that's where the dream ended. I don't know if, oh yes, I'm missing a very important part of the dream. So while I was still seated, Anza Buwalin introducing himself. Something disturbed him actually. There were people that were knocking on my door in the dream, and then he was like, when I do how about I have to check out those people. Who are these people? By they want to come inside my room. He opened the door, he looked at them, he was like, Fed, cover your eyes. You are not allowed to see these people yet. So cover your eyes. So in my dream, I covered my eyes, right? But you know it's a dream and everything is possible. So even though my eyes were covered, I could still see what's happening in the door. Guess who? Guess who's there? The very same Egyptian deities that I dreamt of on the last dream. They were there inside my door. This is similar to that dream that I had of healers, whereby a lot of healers were trying to get inside my room. So now it's no longer healers, it's the Egyptian deities. Why? Because I saw them. I was covering my eyes, but I could still see what's happening there. And then one of them went out and so especially already but Yahweh is busy. No. Motho ga sa ready for that. It's like bona batla go tla for eng, but then he's telling them, no, motho ga se ready. This person is not ready yet. He's not ready yet. That's why aba tswalela a bua le bone ba dumelatsana go tswela ko ntla ba tswela gore this person is not ready yet. I don't know ready for what. Then after that, that's when the hugging came in, the growing tall, and then the working the yard thing and the coffee thing. That's when they came in. So yeah, that was basically the dream part 2. The 2 dreams that I had on the same night. If you know what any of those dreams mean, you are a spiritualist, you are a sangoma, you are a healer, whatever, medium, diviner, shaman. Yeah, let me know what you think they mean. I would really appreciate that. I do obviously have my own interpretation of all of my dreams, but I would like to know what other people think of them, so that I don't see them in only one way. I would like to dissect those dreams in different ways. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I hope you're ready for dream 7.